It's Tuesday night and it's time for another Cinderella Diaries. Tonight we are talking about sharing your wealth story. Sharing your wealth story, your wealth journey. But just a quick reminder that this is Cinderella Diaries, where we share the stories of women who have made the choice to step out of the fairy tale, wake up, and live the life of their dreams. For real, for real. Welcome, everybody. I wanted to share this because, as usual, this is me keeping it real with you and sharing what I'm experiencing, what others are experiencing, and sharing with me, and letting you know the real side of this journey towards wealth and living a life of unapologetic wealth, confident wealth building. And I wanted to share something with you because this is what one of the things that has impacted me. And from what my clients have shared, especially the ones who have been to other professionals, I'm going to say professionals, and not gotten what they needed, they have shared with me that it is really, really disheartening. They get really discouraged when they share what they're doing, how they have come to where they are now, and they're not getting the support they need. And it's not just with the supposed professionals. This is with their friends, their family. Sharing your wealth journey, I guess it's kind of twofold. At some point, you're going to have to make peace with where you've come from, what happened in the past. And sharing that with other people is sometimes met with a lot of judgment. Some people don't understand. Well, how do you mean you racked up all this debt? How? All you had to do was not use the card. Well, we know it's not that simple because you and I understand. I mean, it's all over the work that I do that it's a math and mindset. It's how we're thinking. It's the roots, the generational stuff. It's way more than just addition and subtraction. Way more than that. We know that. But sometimes the people that we're sharing our struggles with, our challenges with, they don't get it. And they certainly aren't the support that we're looking for. But here's something I read this week, and I wanted to share this with you because it has impacted me. I've been reading, rereading, pulling more snippets out of Brene Brown's The Gift of Imperfection. And I have this highlighted in my copy. It says, and I'm using this on page 9. I'm giving her all the credit, Brene Brown. We have to own our story and share it with someone who has earned the right to hear it, someone whom we can count on to respond with compassion. Okay, big, a lot to unpack in just this statement. But what I want you to take away from this, our conversations here are pretty concise. What I want you to take away from this is one, don't be telling everybody what you've been through, what you're going through, or where you're going. Okay? What you have been through, where you are now, or where you're going. You don't share that with every Tom, Dick, Sally, and Sue. Please, let's be clear. When it comes to money, money is something that is so emotionally driven and it's tied to so many other emotions, other behaviors, that sometimes people don't even know how to react to what they're hearing you say. And oftentimes, I don't believe in haters. There are always going to be these people that just they have their own issues and they superimpose it onto you. Same thing happens when it comes to you sharing what has happened to you in the past. A lot of times the people who struggled in the past have very little patience for those who struggled also because of the judgment that they place on themselves. It's not about you. So let's move the haters aside for now. We're not spending energy on the haters. We're not spending energy on these people that just full of bad vibes. We don't want to deal with those people. What I want you to look at, though, is one, the people who have earned the right to hear and share in your story. We need to bring people on board with our experiences, sharing our experiences that have earned the right to be there. And those are the people who are going to support us, who will listen without judgment, and who will support us regardless of what their agenda is, regardless of what their own dreams and goals are, and regardless of where they happen to be. One of the things, you guys know, I love Miss Winfrey. I said before, and I'll say it again, I love Oprah, but I want to sit with Miss Winfrey because that's where the genius is. That's where the obstacle crusher is. Anyways, one of the things I loved that she shared, it's a while back, about her relationship with her and Gail, is that Gail is just happy to be. Gail is happy with her life. Gail is not trying to become the next Oprah. Gail is not trying to be worth the next Oprah. Gail is just happy to be. And that allows their relationship to be so symbiotic, so just perfect. No one's looking to become or to have what the other has. They are two people who enjoy who each other is, and they're secure in who they are. You need to find that person to share your wealth journey. That is going to be so important in the long run because, especially when it comes to money, money or the potential that money represents can really turn relationships inside out and up and down. And I've said before, money in and of itself has no power except when you place it in your hands and you wield it for good or for evil. Long story, next Cinderella Diaries. But I wanted to share this with you because we need support. As we go along our journey, we need support. And we need the support that's actually going to help us along and not knock us out. So, with the haters aside, I want to tell you a little bit about some other personalities that show up where you still need to be careful in sharing your wealth story. There are those, and I'm just going to call it curious Catherines. There are the curious Catherines who just want to hear what you're up to. They just want to be able to say, oh, yes, I heard she's doing that. They want to be able to understand what your numbers look like, not because they're looking to support you, they just want to know. And the people that just want to know, they suck your energy. There are the people that you're going to say, hey, this is what I'm doing. Would you like to come along? They'll say, yes, I'd love to come along, knowing full well they're not coming anywhere. When it comes to your wealth story, be careful of the curious Catherines. There are going to be so many of them wanting to hear your story, what you're up to, what's driving you, what's keeping you up, and all of that. They're going to drain you. So be careful of the curious Catherines. The second one I like to talk about are the fixer Frankies. Fixer Frankies are the ones where all you have to do is say, but I've struggled with this, and they are ready to come in and offer you every solution under the sun. And I'll tell you honestly, my older daughter has taught me that sometimes when someone shares a struggle or a challenge with you, they are not actually looking for you to fix it. They just want to be able to share it. And as a result, by sharing it, you've already fulfilled or provided the support that they need. So the fixer Frankies, they're going to want to fix things for you, while although you're not looking to fix things. When you're sharing your wealth story, avoid the curious Catherines. They're going to drain your energy, and avoid the fixer Frankies because all they're going to throw at you is this, do this, do this, do this, do that, with no real idea or no real appreciation for what you're trying to do. The two people, or the two that I'd love for you to spend some time getting to know, investing some time in knowing them, spending time with them, and sharing your wealth story with them are those I call supportive Sally's and chair squad Christine. Oh my goodness, I had so much fun coming up with these names. So, supportive Sally. Here's what I like about supportive Sally. Supportive Sally is going to have your back, even if they have no idea of what it is or the details of what you're doing. Supportive Sally trusts you. And as a result, supportive Sally is going to say, I don't understand anything about blockchain or whatever that thing is, but I trust you and I'm behind you 100%. Supportive Sally is going to get you the support you need, whether or not they understand all the details of the concept. And Cheer Squad Christine is going to cheer you on. Cheer Squad Christine is going to be the one to say, let's go, Hadri, let's go, woo, woo, let's go. Again, they're not running with you. They're not in the game with you. They're not the ones that are hustling at the side, doing the same thing you're doing. They are simply there to cheer you on. When you're sharing your wealth story, look for the supportive Sallys and the Cheer Squad Christines, because they are the ones that are going to help get you to the finish line. The people that have opinions about everything that's wrong with what you're doing, everything about, I remember, there's a good one. I remember taking a picture one time. I love working out. I'm a gym rat. I've become a gym rat. Even though it's something I never thought would happen, ever. Anyways, I remember taking a picture one time of my PR with the deadlift. So I deadlift about 200 pounds once upon a time. I haven't done that in a while. And I remember sending a picture off to some people that were, in my corner, what have yous. And the first one person in particular, the first thing they said was, "Oh my goodness, be careful, you'll hurt yourself." And I'm like, well, that's a downer. That's not what I was going for. I was going for, oh my goodness, wow, you can lift that? That's awesome. Because I've already put in, the care that I need to make sure I do this well. You can't deadlift 200 pounds if you're not careful. You're not going to make it there if you haven't learned to engage your core, stabilize your core muscles, get that back strong, and make sure you're doing the motion well. That is what happens when we share our wealth journey struggles with the wrong people. When you say to somebody, "Oh yeah, I lost some money," the person who has fear of losing money is going to freak out. Yes. And they're going to run over to you and say, "Oh my goodness, no, this happened. You have to stop it right away." Instead of acknowledging that failure is part of the process of growth and that you took a calculated risk based on A, B, C, and XYZ. When you're sharing your wealth story, be sure that you're choosing the right people. And I'm actually going to wrap up with another quote, my second quote today, which actually showed up in my friend Lala. Lala writes, look her up on Instagram. She's a great content creator. She helps people tell great stories. But I saw this in one of her stories this week. Lala writes. Lala writes, shared this post in her reel. The problem isn't that you don't see red flags. The problem is that you see them and continue to paint them green. What? Yes. When I saw this, I stopped. I replayed the reel a number of times. It probably messed with her insights. I don't know what we're doing with that, Lala. I apologize. But the problem isn't that you don't see the red flags. The problem is that you see them and continue to paint them green. When you're sharing your wealth story, when you're sharing the challenges that you come upon, even when you're sharing your successes, be careful of who you share your story with. But if perchance you have made an error, you shared with someone where you expected a different response or what have you, whatever it happens to be, if the response is not what you were looking for, please see the response for what it is. This is not one of your supportive Sallys or Cheer Squad Christines. Leave them alone. Share your wealth stories, challenges, triumphs, even your indecision. Share that with the people who will lift you up and move you forward. Please, if they have responded and you don't like what you hear, don't paint them with roses and butterflies and say next time they'll be better. Let them do their thing and find the right people to share your story with. So I know I've shared a lot with you tonight. I want you to take these nuggets and implement as best you can. Share your wealth story. Do not struggle alone, but be careful who you share your wealth story with. Ensure that you've got the right people in your corner. And I'm fairly certain, I pretty much will guarantee it, it'll make your journey to wealth that much easier, that much more enjoyable, that much more supported. So if you happen to be alone in your wealth journey, if you need someone to share that wealth story with, I'm here. No judgment. A free wealth strategy session, everybody can use that. No judgment, no money at that point either. So why don't you reach out to me? What's working? What's not working? What are you not sure about? Don't journey alone and in doubt. Journey with confidence and with the support that you need. Share your wealth story with me. I'll share mine with you, right? So that's it for tonight. Cinderella Diaries is done. And I'm so happy you could have joined me today or with the replay. I'm looking forward to next week. We're going to have a great conversation. And remember, our time is going to change. It's getting darker earlier for me over here. So between 6:37-ish, you're going to see me coming on from now on for the next little while. And that's a great question I see in the comments. Are you cheerleader Christine or supportive Sally? I am both. I am the ultimate package of support, guidance, strategy, everything rolled into one. And I'd be happy to cheer you on. All right, everyone. Have a wonderful night. I will see you next week. Toodles.